suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire.
Hello there and welcome back to Spec Esports. You join us for round 12 of the RS1 series on PlayStation. I'm your usual commentator Matt, riding solo tonight. No co-commentator, but thanks for joining me if you are watching. So yeah, we'll get straight to it. We'll have a look at our track map firstly. So beautiful Barcelona to Catalunya circuit in Spain. 4.6 kilometers, 2.8 miles, 16 corners. Those two DRS zones, one of them is quite useless to be honest, from between turns 9 and 10, but the main straight is pretty long and has a good DRS zone, but you need plenty of downforce around here. Track limits can be a bit of an issue, but you should be able to keep it clean most of the race. So we'll have a look at our previous round results. And this was at Mexico. So VSR just actually got his first win in RS1 his race for Prix, so in the Red Bull. And VSR Domi, our championship leader, was second place after P4 on track. He had a 5-second penalty removed in the stewards, so that put him up to second place. And VSR Duncan, who was P2, drops to third. And I think it was Lars who finished P3 on track, dropped off the podium. So yeah, let's get straight to it. We'll go to our drivers on the track. So if you are joining us, we are only 6 minutes left in qualifying. Actually, Swaggy has a bit of a spin there. But yeah, only 10 drivers setting a lap thus far. Very surprising. And as you can see, quite a big grid for this one, which is excellent to see after a bit of a lull last week, to say the least. I think we only had 10 on the grid for Mexico, so 19 on the grid today is it's really good to see. We'll pick up with Duncan. Is he on a lap? No, he's not. But he's going really slowly, so he goes P11. Swaggy's still out there. Pick up maybe, who's this? Pereira. So second in the championship in Renault. Come through turn 10 now. He's up nearly a tenth and a half on his previous time, so he'll be looking to go into the 14s. He's on the medium tyre, of course. I'll get that detail up just in a moment as we'll finish his lap with Pereira. So he looks pretty set on starting the race on medium compound. He moves up a position, so he goes into the 14s. It's actually not bad time. Any 14 on the mediums is pretty decent. Lap data, yes, we will enable that. What do we want? Oh, it's probably best lap time. There we go. So yeah, if you are joining us, thanks for tagging along, and let us know your predictions in the chat as well. Top 7 actually on softs, so and those times aren't exactly probably what I'd expect. I expect to see some more 13s. Domi is the only 13 at the moment with 13.8. That is absolutely rapid. Any 13 around Spain is ridiculous, to be honest. Is very, very quick indeed. We'll pick up another driver. Apologies, I do get stuck in my own thoughts. So let's go and Martin, who is invalidated. Yannick, he's on a lap. Going through turns 7 and 8 very nicely indeed. He'll see if he hold it flat through turn. Oh, and he's absolutely binned it and he's out. That's a huge crash. You can see there the Ferrari into the barrier and the exit of turn 9. You can see he just got far too much oversteer through the corner and didn't let off the throttle, and that's going to be his qualifying over, unfortunately for him. So huge off there for Yannick. 14.1 is a pretty good time, so I expect him to stay kind of top 5-ish with that kind of time. But yeah, huge crash there for the Ferrari reserve driver. Try and pick up. He's on a lap. LRB on the mediums, so we'll ride with the Williams. Full time in the Williams now is LRB. After having been with us, it's about halfway through the season. Decent lap so far from the Williams driver. get my leaderboard back up. I don't know what happened to that. Sorry. Maybe missed the apex slightly there through the first part of the chicane. Opens up DRS, D rating now, and he puts it in the top 10 with a 14.8 on medium. So he becomes the first of the medium runners on the grid at the moment. So Cohen's going to go again here into turn 1. Looks very oversteery his setup. You can see making corrections all through the exit of turn 2. Didn't really get a sector time now. Maybe this is his first run. That's why he hasn't set a time. So yeah, minute 50 left on the clock. So drivers will be coming out now for their final runs, and you would expect it to be very congested in the final sector. You can see again Cohen really fighting the car, really oversteering. He had a big lift there through turn 9. So Cohen looks like he hasn't got his setup right, and he's really going to struggle at Spain. You really need a setup that works with you and suits your style on this track. You don't want understeer, and you definitely don't want oversteer, because you can bin it just like we saw Yannick did moments ago. So I suggest Yannick might have a similar problem. So some setups they're going to make you fast, but I reckon it's worth giving up a 10th or 2 just for that extra stability in the races. Pretty decent lap though from Cohen, and 18, and Justin Lars go ahead of him as well, and that might be qualifying over for those guys. Ace, he's on a lap but on the softs, so we've still got 6 runners on the softs. God, it's good to have 19 cars on the grid. Really, really good. Stoked about that. Oh, and again, a big snap of oversteer. Comes up to the second sector split, and he's just about matching his time. He's spamming the downshifts there, but did miss the apex. I don't think he's going to improve here. His ace, and a 14.4 isn't blistering pace. He would probably expect to be able to go a bit quicker than that. Nicely through the last chicane. Oh, over the curb. That's interesting. I don't see too many drivers doing that. Nice tight line through the final corner, across the line, and he's only just not improved any. He would have needed a little bit more time to go ahead of Martin anyway. So 2 drivers yet to set a time, and that is Crichton, who comes across the line with an 14.8. So top 10 for Crichton on the mediums. Very decent lap time. Puts him 3rd of the medium runners, so very nice indeed. Asacom's actually gone on to the soft, so he's P2 now, so he knocks Yannick down 1. Domi is finished. We'll try and pick up anyone, and Swaggy actually hasn't done a lap. So Swaggy's going to start dead last here at the Spanish Grand Prix, so he's had his issues in qualifying. Sin coming across the line, what's he going to set? Oh, only moves up to P16. On the softs, couldn't even get into the 14s. That is very disappointing. Ford, only a 15.1 on mediums. So Duncan as well, only a 15.0. So wow, some very fast drivers out of position here. It's going to be very interesting in the race. And that's going to be it. Swaggy's the last one on track, I believe. But yeah, if you have just joined us, Swaggy has retired, so that should complete our qualifying. I was Ford's in the hits, but Domi takes pole position. Is he doing burnouts? I'm not quite sure. Was that a glitch? Anyway, sorry, if you have just joined us, say hello in the chat and give us your predictions for this one. Championship leader VSR Domi on pole position with 13.7, if you don't mind. The only driver in the 13s. Very, very quick lap. And that glitch is horrible, so I'll just jump off him. And Ryan actually had a good one as well. So that's going to be qualifying over. Very entertaining last part of the session there. and we'll run you through it. So 2 Italian drivers, first and second. We've got BSR Domi, 13.7, insane pace. Ascom nearly half a second back, 4.5 tenths. This is Red Bull driver Yannick, only very, very close off him, one 1/100th really. Ryan, good qualifying from him. Joey as well. So top 5 all on softs. Sorry, top 7 all on softs with Martin and Ace as well. So our first medium run is going to be Jus, last round winner at Mexico, and Lars and Crichton sneaks into the top 10 on medium. So good lap from him. Go through the remaining 10 on the formation lap. But while the guys are getting their selecting their strategy and whatnot, it is dry, by the way. So obviously had a dry qualifying, and looks like the race is also dry. Not much chance of any wet weather here in Spain. It's one of those tracks that's rarely wet, so you can pretty much bank on it being dry. So we'll move and have a look at our standings here, which I haven't updated. Nice work. Let's quickly do that because I can. There we go. Alright, so that is your updated standings. So VSR Domi with a 100-point lead in the championship, 240 points back to WSO Ferreira on 140. And some quick maths, if you don't mind. There's only 4 races left, and 26 points available to all the drivers in each race. So that would be 104 points maximum. And Domi has a 100-point lead. So if Domi finishes ahead of Ferreira, I believe in this race that he will be the champion of season 4 RS1. So could see a champion crowned here today in the Spanish Grand Prix. So keep an eye out for that, and have a look at our constructors. Don't think I updated these either. Let's have a look if I've got a newer version. I do. There you go. So Haas on 269 and Alfa Romeo 225. Still up for grabs. Joey is on the grid today though, so Haas have both drivers on the grid. Alfa Romeo only have the one in Duncan, I believe, a reserve in the other seat. Renault both drivers, and Red Bull both drivers. Mercedes both drivers as well. So Ferrari are probably the ones that might drop a bit further, but that is your constructor standings. And we'll go back to our drivers who are on their outlap. So as I said, we went through the top 10, and then we have Milan, IFR Milan. I believe this is his first race, Milan. So LRB as well. Ferreira, Leo, Duncan, very much out of position, starting on the hard tyres. G-Force Ford, Stin, Swaggy, and Ryan 19th. I'm not sure what happened to Ryan because he qualified. Was that G-Force Ford into the fence? Lucky there's no damage for him, and I think he'll get reset if he did touch the wall. Anyway, just warming up his tyres a little bit too aggressively there. I don't want that. I want telemetry, and you can see the tyres. So something's happened with Ryan where he's dropped to the back, unfortunately, because he was in the top 5, I believe. I think he was P4 in qualifying, so I'm not sure what happened to poor Ryan. But there's plenty of drivers on different strategies here. We've got the top 6 on soft, and then we've got Just, Lars, Crichton, Leo, and Stin all on mediums. Everyone else on hard tyre. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll go back to the front as they get ready to start. Yes, Ryan did join mid-quali. Is that a glitch, is it, Elliot? Just will win. Yeah, that's a good prediction. Hopefully we're not glitched here, guys. Ryan might have glitched us. dear. That's always the way, isn't it, guys? Alright guys, so it looks like we're going to do a new lobby here, so just be patient as the drivers start leaving now. I am going to just put our back soon screen up. So yeah, we will be back very soon. Hello, hello, we're back. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the stream. Apologies for the delay. As you all know, and probably familiar by now, this game is full of bugs and often decides to crash, even with especially with a large grid like this. It only takes one person for some reason. Not quite sure what happened. We had Ryan join mid qualifying, qualified fourth on softs, but the game put him at the back of the field for the race. So that would be my guess that glitched it. But yeah, so second time lucky. Here we are in Spain. So as the drivers are all connecting and selecting their strategy, hopefully loading their setups too. It's crucial that you load your setup when there's a restart. Oftentimes some people forget and press X and ready up too quickly. Has happened to the best of us, but hopefully it doesn't catch any of these guys out. We will, of course, have the top 10 on the tyres that they qualified on. But I guess they now have the advantage that those tyres will be fresh rather than worn from qualifying. So it really negates the advantage the guys starting outside the top 10 had, especially the guys starting on hards. Well, all of them, to be honest, but yeah. So yeah, the soft runners in particular will benefit from that quite a bit because those soft tyres would have been pretty worn. I would say maybe like 10% or something already from qualifying by the start of the Grand Prix. And I don't know what's going on here. How are we going? Don't tell me it's glitched again. Oh dear. Codemasters, Codemasters, Codemasters. Imagine being called Codemasters and having a game that actually breaks every time that you try to play it. It's a bit of a joke. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm really not. Actually, this is the first time I have seen it break on a restart, like before the session's even begun. That's actually kind of amazing. So someone's definitely breaking it. I'm not quite sure who or why. Anyway, yeah, the game is great, as we know. Alright. Oh, hang on. We do have a formation lap. So that's good news. I would just flick a message to the group chat and said they will be keeping on going and racing. So this will be the Grand Prix, and if anyone left and needs an invite, I will be able to send them one hopefully soon, because the race will get underway shortly. But yeah, we will have a Spanish Grand Prix, which is good to see. So I'm not quite sure if any driver left and will subsequently miss out. Let's have a look. Looks like everyone is... We'll get the tyres up for you. Yeah, it looks right. So Ryan's still at the back. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Ryan definitely qualified fourth, so yeah, he should have been reset to that position. Anyway, looks like we're good to go, guys. So fingers crossed that was just a little delay more than a glitch. So we'll see if we actually get going on the grid, because that's going to be the crucial thing, and we are. And we got 5 lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. 19 drivers on the grid, and it's lights out and away we go. And there's a Ferrari pulled off to the side already. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Maybe he doesn't have a setup, just wanted to get out of the way. And we're down into turn 1, and Domi leads them through. And we all clean. Oh, there's a bit of front wing going in somewhere. That was a Mercedes, I think. Must have been G-Force Ford off the track. I'm not quite sure what happened there. We'll go back. Put all our stuff back on the screen there as Ascom and Joey are side by side. And is Ascom going to get the move done? I think Joey's going to have the inside there. It's always very difficult to overtake on the outside there as Ace was squeezed off there as well, and he's going to get eaten up. He had to go very narrow into turn 9. Is everyone going to make it through there? Oh, what a frantic start. And a little bit of a dive bomb. Is there contact there? Ooh. All good so far. And Crichton. Oh no! Crichton's hit the back of Ace. And that's sent him into a half spin. Luckily for the other drivers, he's ghosted. But he's lost a ton of position as Ace. He got swallowed up there in the second sector. And then that tap in the rear from Crichton. Hopefully no damage for Crichton because of that. Let's see if we can check out his front wing. As Swaggy's into the pits already, so's Yannick, and Swaggy's retired. He's had enough already. Lap 1, he thinks it's done, so off he goes. And Yannick likewise, so that's 2 retirees. Leo into the pits, Stin into the pits, and Ford into the pits as well. So lots of damaged cars from lap 1. That's 5 cars into the pits. I'm still trying to work out if Crichton's got damage, and if he does, it's going to be very light because he's got both of his end plates on. And good to see that Stin, Leo, and Ford have all decided to keep on going. Anyway, Joey's up 2 positions, so it's a Haas leading and a Haas in P2 at the moment. So great start for the Grand Prix for Haas, and Domi already has a 2-second lead. Wow. But you can see there the big winners and losers off the start there. So Ferreira up 4, Duncan up 5, Lars Crichton and Cohen all up 2, Just as well up 2, Joey up 2, Stan up 2, Ryan up 5 from last. He should have started P4. I'm a bit suspect of that, but anyway. He's down 7, as I said. Yannick and Swaggy are out. Yannick retired. I think he was the Ferrari that pulled off at the start of the Grand Prix, as Ace is going to get back another position on LRB, who's on the hard. So we'll flick to tyres now, so we can see, as you can see, the understeer there. I think it was Milan actually flying way off the track there because of the dirty air, and his teammate LRB managed to get through there. So both Williams on the hard compound tyre. So if you have stuck with us for this stream, I do apologise again for the delay and the glitch and all that, but so glad we were able to get going in the end. We'll go back to the front because Domi's on his own. If I'm quite honest, after 3 laps, he's nearly got a 3-second lead. Such is his pace. And Joey, P2, great start from him. Ascom right there with him, and he's at the head of this train. Train stops though at Cohen, who's in 8th place on hard tyres. Very good position for the only racing. Oh well, Ryan's in the racing point, so yeah, both racing points on the grid. Are we going to see any moves this lap? No, I don't think. Looking at the gaps, anyone's quite close enough. But what a frantic start to the Grand Prix. But yeah, thank you, as I was saying, for sticking with us. VSR Roscoe, great to see almost full grid, 20 car grid. Yeah, it is very, very good. But a couple of early casualties already. Yannick for getting his set up, and Swaggy not having a great day of it. And we got battling down here. I'm not sure what Sten's doing actually, but we'll push on there. You can see in the background of, that's a horrible view. That's a better one. So Martin hunting down Asacom, and just on mediums in P5 in this train. Same with Lars and Crichton, so really good. Always, Asacom had a big look there down the inside of Joey. Alright with Martin to see this little battle. But the soft tyres are going to go off very quickly. I think from this lap onwards, they will probably be slower than the mediums. So the medium guys behind, just Lars and Crichton, all going to be very, very quick. Cohen hasn't been able to keep up with this pack on the hard tyres, but he leads the second pack, if you like, of hard runners. So in that we have Cohen, Ferreira, Duncan. Ace is stuck there with soft tyres, so he'll be ruining his stars. Asacom nearly oversteers into the barrier there. Nice catch. Now that is the danger of Spain. That's really the corner you need to have some vigilance on every lap. You really need to make sure your car is sticking to the track through that corner. You don't want to get oversteer, otherwise it could be over very quickly, as we saw in qualifying actually with Yannick. Did that exact thing, oversteered into the barrier and crashed out of quali. Now, is Asacom any closer this time to Joe? He's not actually. And Stin's car, he's retired, but it has come back out onto the track. Hopefully not going to interfere with any of the other drivers that will be ghosted. And Leo's actually lapped down, is he? Surely not. Or maybe he is. Anyway, we'll press on. So a few drivers had really bad luck at the start. Very difficult to get through turns 1 and 2 in particular. But the whole first lap, to be honest, at Spain, when there's such a full grid, there's bound to be incidents. And as you can see there, Asacom's so close now to Joey. We might be seeing an overtake. We'll get actually telemetry up. Tyre. We don't need lap data. We can take that off. But let's see if Asacom can go on the attack here and get Joey. He needs to get past the other Haas. He's got any chance of challenging Domi for the win, who's already got a 4.3 second lead after 7 laps. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. Is he going to get close enough? Not quite this time. Joey very wary of it. And was looking to defend that inside there. And Just is actually... Well, what's happened here? Someone's dropping. Crichton and Lars. There's a safety car. What's happened? Oh, Crichton's got no front wing. And Lars. Something's happened with Lars as well. So that was... I think that would have been down into turn 1. I have missed that, unfortunately. But is that a safety car? Because we've got a full course yellow. Can't overtake under yellow flags. So Lars can't overtake Crichton here. He's still going. He would get a penalty, actually, by getting past him, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got to let him back through. So, yeah, worth a try maybe, I guess. But the game is always going to say that's an illegal overtake. But Crichton's race still alive because he'll be able to pit now and go onto the hard tyres to the end of the race. In fact, a lot of drivers will be doing that, starting with Dommy. So Dommy's in, and he's going to go onto the hard tyre. So is Joey. Joey's going to double stack and probably lose some positions here. Actually, we'll stick with him. I hate that you can only go on to onboard cam there, but it is obviously a safety car. We haven't got the safety car, the yellow flag symbol up for some reason. Oh, and what's happened? Yeah, so Ascom has jumped Joey. Unfortunate for Joey, but he had no choice but to double stack there, otherwise he got left behind. And Ascom's gone mediums, so he's going to go a two-stop. Very, very aggressive strategy there from the Red Bull. And so is Just. Oh no, sorry, Just was already on the medium, so Just opting to stay out. Interesting. And there is the safety car, of course. Well, this is going to spice things up quite a bit. Okay, pause the game and notifications will work again. Let's see. Hopefully that works. Ah, it does. Thank you very much, Elliot. And there we go. Stim with a 10-second time penalty. Oh, that was from ages ago because he's retired. Oh, I didn't know that little hack, but that's good to know. So if you pause the game, the notifications come back. Or hide the UI works as well, Roscoe. Okay. Cool. Pause is probably quicker. Let's have a look. Yeah, that worked. Oh, and G-Force Ford speeding in the pit lane, and he's retired. Or was that Crichton with a penalty? So what kind of penalty does Lars have? Let's have a look. 3 seconds, as does Milan. So there, and Leo just picked one up as well under the safety car. That's not very good. But Leo will be able to catch back up, and they're on the hards too. So all the guys in the top 6 haven't pitted. We'll have a look at that. Stops. There we go. So Dommy in P7 onwards have all stopped. Leo's actually stopped twice. And what's going on here? Crichton and Kramer. Why is Lars trying to overtake Crichton? I don't understand that. It's a safety car. You cannot overtake under safety car. A little bit of shenanigans going on there, I think. So I'd hazard a guess that the what is he doing? This is very poor driving from the McLaren, if I'm honest with you. But I would hazard a guess that this whole safety car was caused by these two colliding in turn 1. Because Crichton had no front wing and Lars had quite a bit of damage as well. And he's still trying to overtake the McLaren, the Mercedes. And this is going to end in some 5-second penalties, I think. But yeah, it's not what you like to see. And Lars trying to get past Duncan now. Crichton having none of it, and fair enough too. But yeah, that's no good, as you can see there. All the cars in the haze there. Warming their tyres. Is the safety car back in this lap? I'll pause it so you get the notifications. It's so bizarre how that works. Anyway, Crichton has actually let Lars through, but that's going to be a nailed on penalty if Crichton reports that. Somehow Lars has gotten away with it as well through the game. Anyway, are we back on this lap? No, we're still under safety car conditions. Oh no, we're not. The safety car in. Safety car's in, so we're off. Wow, I didn't get the safety car in this lap message. And away they go. So Ferreira, just on mediums. down into turn 1. And Asacom and Domi, some side-by-side action there as well. I wonder what's going to happen down here with Lars and Crichton. Anyway, all through turns 1, 2, 3 cleanly. And what has happened to Crichton? He's got more damage. Oh dear, and he's out of the Grand Prix. He crashes out. I don't know how he got that damage, but it's disappointing for Zachary. And Duncan on the 2-stop as well. He's going for a move here. Is he? Yes, he is on... That was Domi. So he got past Domi. Oh, and there's damage. Who was that? It was Milan and Asacom came together in turn 10 before turn 11. And Asacom's staying stationary. Maybe in trying, hopefully not trying to call the safety car, but I don't know why drivers would do that. Milan with 13 seconds. Not sure how that happened. Maybe he got a 10-second time penalty for cutting, and Ascom got 5 seconds somehow. So we've lost quite a few drivers already. As Ascom into the pits to retire, and that leaves us with 12 cars running. I wonder if we're still not getting notifications. Yeah, we're still not getting notifications from race control. Because every time I pause it, I get them. And you can see there, the 10-second penalty from Milan popped up. Anyway, Just leads 1.3 seconds over Ferreira, and Cohen a further second back. LRB, Ryan and Duncan in his train, and Ryan's going to get a hurry on here. He's going past, Duncan's getting a hurry on, going past Ryan down to turn one. He is doing the two-stop, so very aggressive strategy from both him and, it was Ascom, wasn't it? And Milan, the other one, actually, doing the two-stop. So Duncan on his own now. Everyone else is on hard tyres, which should go to the end. And Duncan is the only one that's gonna have to stop again. And he's gonna have to pick his way through the field here, which can be very difficult in Spain. There's not a lot of passing opportunities, but this will be some great entertainment as well, watching Duncan go through the field here. So we'll try and stick with him as much as possible. Just with that 1.4 second lead, Cohen on Ferreira, and then Cohen a further 1.5 seconds back. So the top three on their own a little bit. And here we go. We'll ride with Duncan. Easily past the Williams of LRB, who was kind enough to give him the inside line as well. So that's another position up for Duncan. He should be really quick on these mediums. He's already all over the back of Cohen. Just yet to pit as well. Excuse me. So Leo has left, but his car's still running. He's got to retire on track. I wonder what lap just will pit. Maybe he can probably extend this medium tyre till maybe lap 15, 16 since we had a safety car. You can see the hard one-stop strategy is open, pit stop window. As I said, we were on safety car for a few laps, so could probably extend another few laps. Lap 15, 16, I probably wouldn't go further than that, to be honest, but we'll see what he does. Duncan also got the move done on Cohen, so apologies for missing that one, but yeah, he's making light work of picking through the field. He's got 1.4 seconds to make up on Ferreira, so a little bit of clean air for him as he hunts down the Renault. So I've lost Milan, Asacom, Crichton, Ford, Stin, Yannick, and Swaggy, and I think Leo rejoined, but I'm not quite sure if he'll be continuing to race. He might, after being he's 14 seconds down. Duncan already within DRS of Ferreira. So he's going to catch the Renault pretty easily, and I would say also get past pretty easily at the end of this lap, I would suggest, on the pit straight, not pit race. So we've just lost another driver, so 11 left. Leo retired in the pits. I think he disconnected and then rejoined and found himself a long way back, so that's understandable. He's just a reserve from RS2, but good to have a few extra drivers on the grid. I'll ride with Duncan now. Big oversteer moment there. Through turn 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 is the last corner here. And he's within a couple of car lengths of Ferreira. Ferreira's probably not going to fight this too much, if at all. And oh, just retired. Just retired. Wow, in the pit lane. That's quite unbelievable. He was in the lead of the Grand Prix. Well, our Grand Prix leader just inexplicably retired in the pits. I mean, maybe he had something come up, but he was still in it, or he still had to make a pit stop, but yeah, he would have had to go on the hard tyres. He would have been a long way behind, but he would have been on a lot fresher tyres than some of these guys. So Ferreira, Cohen, Ryan, LRB, they're all on 15 lap old hard, so yeah, it's a bit disappointing. He would have been in with a shout of a good result there on fresh hards, with his pace as well. So anyway, his choice. Duncan leads the Grand Prix now, but he's going to have to stop again because he started the race. No, he started the race on hard, so maybe he could go then. He sets the passes lap there. Lars retires from the race as well. Oh, he crashed out actually, did Lars. So Lars, did he? No, his car's still going. Oh, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what these guys are doing. It's we've lost 10 drivers, so we've got 9 remaining. Plenty of points up for grabs. I'm really not sure why Lars retired, especially after all that business with Crichton under the safety car. That was bizarre, to be honest, and a little bit naughty. He would have been getting a penalty for that. And then I'm not quite sure what happened to Crichton after the restart as well, where he got damaged. But yes, very disappointing on number of accounts from certain drivers in this one. But Duncan's going to have his work cut out if he's going to win this. He can go medium actually, medium soft possibly, as Ryan's in the pits. LRB's in the pits as well. So, new tyres for these guys, that's what I mean. I'm not quite sure why Just retired and Lars retired, because these guys had some of them are going to make another pit stop. And he would have still been in the Grand Prix. So, yeah, he must have had to go or something. But anyway, medium sport, Ryan and LRB. And I'll be going to the end. Can probably easily do 15 laps on them. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to switch the spectator menu off. Just ping me in the chat if I do forget to do that. My screen is quite big, so I don't really notice it. I'm concentrating on other things. But yeah, Dommy on the back of Cohen now. So this is going to be for P3. Cohen having a good race actually in P3. So he's going to be on very old tyres. I wonder if him and Ferreira will pit again. Very interesting. He does actually. So he peels off, and that's going to release Dommy. Dommy's definitely going to, and he doesn't need a pit again. Ferreira, oh, I'm not quite sure. He touch and go. He's going to get 14 laps. What's that? That's going to be... How's my maths going? Lars left. Yeah, he's nearly done the whole race on this. Oh, he started on hards, did Ferreira, so he hasn't pitted yet, so he needs a pit. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Lost track of some of these guys' strategies, but yeah, he's the only one that is yet to pit off the hard tyre. Duncan will have to pit again, I'd imagine, maybe onto mediums or maybe onto softs, I'm not quite sure. So he started on hards. So it'll be very interesting how long. The softs don't really last around here though, they are very fast, so he could try and get mediums to, I don't know, lap 26-ish, and probably go on to softs from there. So he's still got another 5-6 laps to do on this set of mediums, which is a long way as Ferreira's in. So he will drop down, and Dommy's released to P2. Joey having a great race, sticking with Dommy as well. Well done to him. Ace as well. Still in DRS of these guys, so kudos. Very nice racing from these guys. Alright, we're going to see if we can get another driver in on comms. See how we go. Well, come back. We've had no stream issues today at least. As Duncan's in, so he's going to go mediums. So he's gone hard and then medium and medium. And he comes out P5, so not too bad. And Joey's sticking with Dommy, which is really impressive. Ace as well. Really strong from these guys. Maybe you have to nurse their tyres to the end is a consideration. They've still got 12 laps to do. So their hard tyres are going to be very worn at the end. It is easy to stick with someone if you do have DRS, of course, but Duncan's only 9 seconds off Ace on fresh medium, so it'd be very interesting to see how quickly he can catch up, and plenty of laps left as well, as I said, so 12 laps left. Quite sure why I'm gonna do another pause. Yeah, look, not getting any notifications. There we go, the leaderboard has unglitched itself. 2.5 seconds already from Martin is Duncan, so he's catching at a huge rate. But Martin's 9 seconds behind, so the gap is a lot bigger than I thought, actually. Ferreira pitted as well, so Ryan's right behind him. It's a couple of good little battles there. We got right at the back, we got LRB with Cohen, and then we got Ryan with Ferreira just in front of those guys. And we got Duncan rapidly closing in on Martin. That gap is nearly non-existent now. He's done so well to close it up. Huge tyre advantage, of course. He's weaving his Martin, saying hello to his friend. This should be a pretty straightforward overtake, I'd imagine, on the straight. Duncan would have so much more grip than Martin on, and in fact he lets him go, he wants the DRS, so not even going to fight that. 11 seconds is the gap from Duncan to Ace. So are those fresh mediums, as Duncan sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and no notification then either. So yeah, just no notifications, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. This game is so buggy. It's a bit of a joke. 10.8, 10.7. It's coming down. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. Ryan still on the back of Ferreira. LRB still on the back of Cohen. And then, of course, we have the 3 leaders, Dommy, Joey, and Ace. Ace could be on for a podium here. His first podium in RS1, sorry, and Joey's as well. So, oh, and Ace is just outside DRS. He's going to need to push to get it back under. He has marginally. Oh, he's outside again. He's right on the edge here of getting DRS. I hope he gets it. Sticks with these guys. He's going to have to use everything he's got. He's just got it, I think. Yes, he does. You don't want to lose that DRS. And look how much battery he's got. He's using everything. Where I think Joey and Dommy have a little bit more in reserve. Impressive from Dommy. Still 50% battery and leading these 3 who have used a lot more just to keep up. But Duncan only taken a second off that gap on the last lap. So he's going to need to push a lot more. And the hard tyres do last a long time. So, showing my phone, 9.3 now, and Ace again struggling in the 3rd sector. He's definitely going to miss DRS this time. So yeah, he's out. He's going to have to use everything. All 8 or 6% of his battery, I think. He's going to have to dump it. All his fuel as well. Use everything. 1.4, I think he's gone. So Ace falls out of DRS of the top 2. Tried to hang on there, but now it's going to be a bit of a sitting duck when Duncan catches him, unfortunately. 8.4 seconds. Martin 6.3 seconds. Oh, Martin's coming on fire here. From the guys also on mediums, so he's the bottle in this little cork actually. So you got Martin, Ferreira, Ryan, Cohen, and LRB. The 5 of them. So this should be pretty straightforward overtake for Ferreira, and Martin goes defensive very early. So I think it's inevitable. He's already moved, so he can't move back across and doesn't. So good to see no double move there. And that releases Ferreira and is going to give Ferreira a little bit of advantage as Ryan trying to hang around the outside, but he's gone super wide and going to keep it on track. And his teammate Cohen behind. Oh, look how much oversteer some of these guys have. I don't know why they go with such oversteery setups. Must be so difficult to drive. That Martin's going to let all these guys go. I'm not sure why he didn't do that in the beginning. Anyway. Very interesting. Ryan is still on the back of Ferreira, so we still have that 4-way battle. Domi still leads. Oh, and Joey's out of DRS. Joey's out of DRS of his teammate. 1.5 seconds, so the top 3 all on their own now. There we go. Alright, so might as well stick with this battle. Raging on at the moment, so Cohen's looking very racy against Ryan. Oh, and he's got the grass! Oh, and LRB shoots through there and nearly collected him. Yeah, a bit of a bad mistake there from Cohen. So much dirty air from Ryan. Easy mistake to make. But yeah, you got to be really cautious. If you're going to run wide there, you got to fully back off the throttle, because once you're on the grass, those loaded left side tyres on the grass, you can't apply throttle, otherwise you're just going to be in Spin Town population U. Yeah, not much happening now. That was a battle that was really heating up, but it was still alive a little bit. LRB now, their sandwich. Sorry, Racing Point sandwich. Martin trying to get those hard tyres at the end. Duncan 6.2 seconds off Ace now. 5 laps to go. I think Ace might hang on actually. He does have penalties. Let's see how many penalties he does have. Only 3 seconds, so Duncan only has 3 seconds to find in the last 5 laps to get on the podium. I reckon he's going to do that. I know I just said Ace might hang on, but I think that's only going to be on track. Let's keep it on the tyre. So he might hang on to P3 on track, but unless Duncan gets a penalty, I think he's going to be off the podium. 3 seconds, still a big gap though. So 5.7 still, 2.7. Oh, and Ace is back in DRS of Joey, so Joey's really chopped off after he dropped out of DRS of Domi. And so we might have a battle for P2 on track here. Ace has the penalty, of course. So it remains to be seen how much he tries to go after Joey. Ooh, just clipping the grass there. You don't want to take any more than that, or Again, I talked about it last lap. Gonna spin straight away. If you are still watching, thanks for sticking with us. This has been a long stream. I feel like we're already at an hour 18 minutes. Yeah, real long one. And I started the stream late actually. The guys were already 10 minutes into qualifying when I started the stream. That huge delay, and then the other second delay before this session started. But yeah, thank you for sticking with us. We do hope you enjoy the race. We have lost a lot of drivers, unfortunately, and it's pretty eventful early on. We're approaching the last few laps of this one. But thanks for sticking with us. We, of course, blame Codemasters for all their inabilities to be actual Codemasters. And, wow, I think we're going to see an overtake here. Ace is looking very racy, and there was, again, a lot of oversteers through turn 4. A lot of drivers seemingly struggling with that, as Martin's jumping onto the soft tire, nothing to lose back there in P9, last of our runners. Joey, huge oversteer moment there in exit of turn 7. And I don't think Ace will be wanting to overtake into turn 10. He's going to wait till the main straight, where it's going to be a lot easier for him. Let's have a look at the battery here. Joey only got just under 20%. Ace a lot more. Is Ace going to wait though? Is he going to wait till the last lap? But Duncan's coming, so he's got to go. He's got to go because he's got that penalty. And here he is going now, yeah. So should be pretty straightforward. He's going to have a lot of overspeed on the Haas, and into P2 on track he goes. Now, can he build up any kind of margin on Joey? And Duncan will be catching these guys as well, and can still get P2, sorry. He will get P3, I think. Oh, as Ace does a purple first sector, rapid. Of course, he did have DRS and used all his battery down the straight, but that's very fast first sector. So Ace has pulled out a gap. He has 1 second back to Joey. So I wonder how racy Joey's going to be when Duncan rocks up behind him. Still 2 laps to go. Ace will know he's got to push. He's got to push to try and get 3 seconds on Duncan to keep his P2. And Joey's got puncture. Does he? He must. He does, yes. It's a back left puncture for Joey. Oh, that's devastating. He was going to finish on the podium. He's going on to the soft, and he'll probably come out in 8th position. That means Ace is definitely going to finish on the podium. Back left puncture, that's really interesting. Usually it's the front left. Takes most of the punishment. So yeah, it's worrying signs for our top 2. Dommy and Ace, and Duncan's right there. He can push all the way to the end, actually, Duncan. Only 10 lap old medium, so he'll still be really quick on those. He's already within 3 seconds of Ace, so he's already got P2 in the bag. Can he get after Dommy? Is he going to run out of laps? He's not going to get the pass done on Ace into turn 1, so this is probably going to hurt any chances he's got. We are on the final lap actually, so I don't think there's any chance now that Duncan overtakes Domi for the lead, unless Domi picks up a puncture, which is possible. His teammate did get one. VSR Domi on his way to another victory. How many does he have for the season? He's won in Britain, he's won in Canada, he's won in Belgium, he's won in Singapore, he's won in Australia, he's won in Bahrain and China, and now he's going to come across the line for his 8th win of the season, and with that, VSR Domi becomes the Season 4 RS1 champion on PlayStation. Congratulations, 8 wins, 1 championship. No one can overtake him now. He's done it with 3 races left. Absolute commanding performance as far as the championship goes. 100-point lead coming into this race. We'll extend it now. So all he had to do today was beat Ferreira, which he's done. Ferreira comes home P4. So yeah, that was all he had to do. He's gone and won the race here in Spain, and that's going to mean he's the champion of RS1 on PlayStation. Congratulations to him. We're going to wrap this up really quickly. We'll have a look at the results at, understandably, we have the real Spanish Grand Prix in less than an hour, 54 minutes time. Congratulations to Domi on another win. And of course the championship, amazing season from him. Congratulations as well to Duncan for his 5th podium of the season. He's got 2 wins himself, winning in Italy and the USA. Takes his first P2 of the season though, after 3rd place in Singapore and Italy. And Ace gets his first podium of the season. Congratulations to the Renault driver and his teammate Ferreira P4, Ryan P5, LRB P6, Joey. That late race puncture cost him a podium. What would have been P2 as well, I dare say. Although it would have been interesting to see how close Duncan got to Joey for P2 on track. But he comes home P7 with fastest lap. Cohen P8 and Martin was our last finisher in P9. So we had Lars just, not sure why, just retired. That was a really odd one. He was well and truly on the race. He was leading the Grand Prix when he retired in pits, so not sure what was going on there. Anyway, Leo, Milan, Ascom, Crichton, Ford, Stin, Yannick and Swaggy all retired from the Grand Prix. Great turnout from the drivers, but far from a classic, I would have to say, to be honest. Not the best Grand Prix, but yeah, thanks for sticking with us, guys, and yeah, we'll wrap this one up there. So thanks for joining us, and yeah, we'll see you next week for, where are we next week? Japan. So we'll have the Japanese Grand Prix this time next week. So we will see you then. Until then, goodbye.